من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهد الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمد عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما إخوة الإيمان Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us another opportunity to gather here on this very day of Jum'ah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has bestowed his mercy upon the noble soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may he continue to shower his mercy upon him, his companions, his household, and we that we are on his path. May Allah guide us and continue to establish our feet firmly on his path. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has brought us here together today being Yom al-Jum'ah for another Salatul Jum'ah and to listen to the brief sermon we are going to give in terms of the khutbah. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again who has given us opportunity to have been gathering here to be enlightening ourselves on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said and what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had practiced and what he has left behind for us. As he had already said in an authentic hadith that taraktu lakum amrayni, I'm leaving behind for you people two instructions, two conditions. Natikun wa samit. The two, among them, one will be talking and one will be silent. One of them, wal Quran, that will be communicating to us what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to do and the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on what we need to do and what we are not supposed to do. And the other one is a summit. It will be silent, and that is going to be al-mayyit, a dead body that will be laid on ground. So whenever we are in front of a dead body, we should know that that body is communicating a message to us that one day at a particular place at an instantaneous time, we are also going to be wrapped in that winding sheet and we are going to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that should be a state that every one of us should think about Allah. How are we going to return to Allah? Where are we going to meet our own death? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said he has left behind for us all this. So part of what we'll be learning from is the Quran of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today, we continue our discussion as we have always been discussing. And what we are going to start today is concerning childbirth. We have discussed previously about what a marriage is. But we have not been able to discuss about types of marriage because we have different categories of marriage. Which one did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decree upon us? Which one did Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam attested to that this is what you need to do while you are seeking for marriage? And in your marriage as well, what are you supposed to do? Because we have a marriage called mut'ah that is being practiced by the Shiites. We have one that is called misyar, that is going to be a temporary marriage that a woman can sort your hand in marriage. All this we are going to discuss them. And if you want to quickly clarify and discuss with us, is after getting married and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in your marriage, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to bless every one of us, is going to bless our marriages. Those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not blessed their wife with the fruit of the womb, we are using this opportunity to ask Allah to grant them the good and the pious children that will be the blossom of their eyes. And they are going to be on the course of Allah and that of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, you have gotten married. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has answered your prayer. Your wife is now pregnant. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said for us to be able to produce righteous children, as soon as your wife becomes pregnant, you have an askar that you're supposed to be doing. And it's part of what I want to discuss with us. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, as soon as your wife is pregnant, you should place your hand on the pregnancy and to be reciting these askar on her. As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, you now say, Allahumma ij'alhu musliman salihan abidan dhakiran hafizan lil Qur'an al-Karim wa mimma ya'maluna bihi. Allahumma ij'alhu barran liwalidayhi wa alihi. Allahumma asin khalqahu wa khuliqahu. Allahumma a'idhu min ash-shayatin al-jinn wal ins. Allahumma sahhil wa yassir amlahu wa walidatahu. Allahumma akuli aynaya bihi. Allahumma urzuqni waladan waj'alhu taqiyan waj'alhu saliman muhafan wala taj'al fi khalqi ziyadatan wala nuqsana waj'al akibatahu ila alkhair. Allahumma inni nasartu laka ma fi batni mu'arraran fataqbal minni innaka antas samiul alim. Allahumma aslih li saati wa zurriyyati. Allahumma istawda'tuka hadha al-janina fa'asin fi khalqihi wa halakihi ya rabbal alamin. Allahumma inni as'aluka awnan taliqu wa husnul khalqi. Allahumma amin. Kama qala Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that as soon as your wife is pregnant and you want her to give birth to a righteous child, you should recite this. As Rasul said, Allahumma ij'alhu musliman. You should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make the child either a male or a female that we don't know. You should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make that child to be a believing child. Brothers, majority of us, we used to be in anticipation or in agitation to know the sex of the child that Allah wants to bless us with. Yes, you might send your wife to go and do scan. She will go to a sonographer, they will do the scan. They will tell her maybe after 4 months, after 6 months, the sex of the baby or the embryo is a male child, or is a female child, or they are twins, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to show them. But we have never seen a scan that will ever tell us that this child that you want to give birth to is going to become a king. We have never seen a scan that will tell us that this child you want to give birth to is going to become the president of our country. We have never seen a scan that will tell us that this child is going to be a successful child or is going to be an unsuccessful child. We have never seen a scan that will tell us that this child is going to be somebody that people will be listening to or somebody that they will be pelting in the society. As you are going to give birth to him in the house, is he going to die in the house? Is he going to die in the midst of people? We have never seen a scan that will tell us that this is the destiny that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has destined on this child. That means whatever might be the result of the scan, you should not have a total reliance on it. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said you should tell Allah that he should make this child Musliman, somebody that will be submissive to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Salihan, and that is going to be a righteous child. Abidan, that is going to be somebody that will be worshipping Allah. He will not be part of people worshipping idols. We should ask Allah to grant us this kind of child. Zakiran, the child that will be remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every time. Hafizan lil Quran, and that is going to be a Hafizul Quran. That is going to be among the Kuffars. That is going to memorize Quran and is going to be working with Al-Quran al-Karim, the most honorable scripture. وَمِمَّا يَعْمَلُونَ بِهِ, and the person that will be the child that will be listening to Quran and be working with whatever he learned from Quran. Allahumma ij'alhu barran liwalidayhi wa alihi. Oh Allah, we are asking you, this child you want to give us, let him be a child that will be obedient to his parents and the families, and that will be obedient to the doctrines of Allah and that of the dictate of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not that our children should only be obedient to us. They must be obedient to the wills and caprices of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the instruction laid by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is encouraging us as soon as your wife gets pregnant, this is what you should recite on the womb, on the pregnancy of your wife. You place your hand. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept all this and give you a righteous child. Allah will never, inna Allah la yudi'u ajra al-muhsinin. All those that are righteous, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not deny them the act of their righteousness. All the deeds that they do, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not forsake them. He will surely reward them. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is encouraging us to do this. He now said, we should ask Allah, Allahumma azin khalaqahu wa khuliqahu. Allah, we want you to make perfect His creation and His akhlaq, His attitude. So you see some children, right from their childhood, they become nonsense children, nonsensical children. How and where did the parents met together that led to the production of what? Of that pregnancy, and led to the delivery of that child? Because wherever you are meeting with your wife, we also have impact on the child you are expecting. Whatever you are doing at the time you are copulating with your wife will also have impact on the semen you are discharging into your wife. That is why we should always be conscious. Somebody that is just coming from a beer parlor, and the next thing he goes inside out, he didn't even do all the muamalat that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we should do with our women before even meeting them. He didn't do that. He just jumped on his wife like a carnivorous animal that just jumped on animal that he has sighted and started tearing the animal. Any kind of person doing that will not have a bosom children that will be produced from this woman. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we should ask Allah to perfect the creation of the child He wants to give us, and the akhlaq, the attitude, the character. Allahumma a'idhu min ash-shayatin al-jinn wal-ins. Allah, we are asking you that you should protect the child, the unborn child, from the devil of human beings and the devil of the jinns, the demons. Rasul is asking us to do this. Before you even give birth to the child, you should seek for what? For protection for that child from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma sayyid wa yassir amlahu wa wiladatahu. Allah, we are asking you to protect him from every sorceress and make sure that you ensure that his delivery is with ease. Because there are some evil people, as soon as they sight a pregnant woman, they can use their knot, their occultic power, to tie down the pregnancy of that woman. You'll be expecting the delivery of the child after 9 months. It will be there 10 months, 11 months, 12 months. To the extent that it can last more than a year, the woman will be carrying. And Quran had already told us, and this has already told us, that a child will stay in his mother's womb, right, for the month of 9 months. Because the perfection into the shape of a human being has been perfected after the 120 days. That is after 4 months. So the remaining 5 months is for the child to be living inside the mother. The perfection of being a woman being has been perfected after 120 days. From an authentic hadith in Nabawi. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect our unborn child. And Allahumma akra aynaya bihi. Allah, make sure, or you please let the child have our mercy, and let us also have the mercy of the child. Because majority of parents nowadays, they are just giving birth to children, they don't have the mercy of their children. A father that has not paid his child or his children's school fees, you will now go to an assembly and go and be buying alcohol and be sharing alcohol in an assembly ground. You will go to a restaurant, it's the one that will eat the most expensive food, and they have already sent the children away from the school. It's the one that does not even plan for how to pay his house rent. Then the landlord will now come and throw all his belongings out, throw the innocent woman, his wife, throw them out of the house, throw the innocent children out of the house because of the irresponsibility of the father they had. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put the mercy and the leniency of our children in our heart, and that of our children, and that of us into the heart of our children, because at the old age, somebody that did not cater for the children today, how do you expect the children to be at your mercy tomorrow? Gbogbo ẹni tí ò bá bímọ, gbogbo ẹni tí ò bá tọ́mọ kò lè jèrè ọmọ. If you don't labor hard for your children today, you can never reap any fruit of your labor. Baka yi wani aiki akan yaranka yau ba, kuma kana ce gobe a kawo maka riba. Ba wani riba da zaka samu. Kai da baka yi kokari yau ba, ce bari yi kokari, ni ban samu na yi karatu ba, amma ina so yara na su, ko ma almajiri zai je yi, ko ma dako zai je yi, in make sure ce ni wahala da na sha a duniya na ba na so yara na su sha. Su ma su zama wani babban mutum, su zama mutumin kirki a cikin al'umma. Baka yi wannan ba kuma ka ce in ka su ba yara su zo su ba a ba wani asiri da za su rufe maka, sai dai su tona maka asiri. Kuma every time with old age sai kai ta kuka ce da na sani har ka shiga kabari. So gbogbo ẹni tí o bá tọ́mọ ò lè jèrè ọmọ. So whatever we want our tomorrow to be, how we want it to look like, it is from today that we start the journey. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we should ask Allah that Allah should put the mercy of our children in our heart and that of our own into the heart of our children. Allahumma rzuqni waladan waj'alhu taqiyyan. We should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us children taqiyyan, that are God conscious, that are fearing Allah. Waj'alhu saliman, and make sure that they are children saliman, that are humble. Some people, they will see their children, they will deny them that they are not their children. Go to police stations. Go to a lot of places. Some children too will be hiding away from their father. That man is an irresponsible father. I don't want them to know that he's my father. Right from here, some children are denying their parents. So also, some parents that did not even cater for their children, they didn't pray right from the foundation of the child. They didn't ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for mercy on them. They too, they will be denying their children that boy, I've forsaken the boy, I've disowned him, he's not my child. If we have prepared the foundation right from the inception, the child will have come out as a pious person, according to what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says. We should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, waladan taqiyyan, a child that is God conscious, waj'alhu saliman, somebody who is humble, somebody who is submissive, muhaffan, that is healthy. So it's not just that we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to just give us children. We should ask the kind of children we want from Allah. Muhaffan, child that is healthy. We should not ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you any kind of children, He will give you sikla. Or the people that Allah gave sikla, do they specially or on special ground committed one kind of sin? Every one of us, we should specify what we want in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He has them in different categories. So He can just give you anyone. So you specify to Allah that I want a child that is humble, a child that is alim, a child that will be on your course. وَلَا تَجْعَلْ خَلِقِهِ زِيَادَةً وَلَا نُقْصَانًا. And we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that in the creation of this child, there mustn't be a reduction and there must be an increment. And the son was ziyada. There are some people, they will have, instead of these 5 fingers, they might have 7 fingers. There are some people, instead of these 2 eyes, they might have 3 eyes. There might be another one on the forehead. There are some people, they might have 3 hands. They have these 2, another one will spring out here. That is ziyada fi khalqihim. And there are some, nuqsan fi khalqihim. They will have reduction. We will have 2 eyes now. They will burn them with 1 eye. Some people, they will burn them with 1 ear. Not that doctor mistakenly cut any part of them. That was how they were giving birth to. And we see some, they will do what? They will have 1 hand. The whole of this from the shoulder will not be there. And you have some, the 2 hands will not be there. You see some, their 2 legs will not be there. And you see some, even their private organs will not be there. Those that we call hermaphrodites.
And you see some, they will give birth to him. He might not look like a male, nor will he look like a female. And you will see some, they will give birth to, they will say, yes, it's a child, but it might be half human being, half animal. There is nothing that is not happening. It's happening in our society. So we need to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all this, that there shouldn't be an nukisanu wa ziyada fi khalqi. That there shouldn't be an increment in the creation. This is the best way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to create us. Fatabarakallahu ahsanul khaliqin. All glory and adoration belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has perfected us. Because Allah doesn't have time. Ma alakta aza batila. He doesn't have time to create what will not be useful. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, we that we are asking for children, or those that their wife are already pregnant, we should place our hand on their pregnancy and tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the child that you want to give me, don't let the part to be increased more than the normal creation you used to create. And don't let the part to be what? To be reduced. As you are giving everybody 5 fingers, another 5 fingers, making the 2 hands, right? Don't let his own to be 11 or 12, or don't let his own to be 9 or 7. We should tell Allah. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَجْعَلْ عَقِبَتَهُ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ. And whenever he's going to end, Allah let his end be of that of the one that you are pleased with. We should pray for how the baby will come to life, how the creation will be, how he's going to live, and how he's going to return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rasul said, we should also ask, Allahumma inni nazara'u laka ma fi batni mu'arradan. Oh Allah, I'm committing what is inside the wife of my wife, what is inside my wife's belly, inside my wife's abdomen. This pregnancy, Allah, I'm committing it into you. Mu'arradan. I don't have any power over it. Allah, I'm submitting it to you. All what I have asked, Allah, I'm asking you to accept it, because you are the one that used to listen and you are the most knowledgeable. Allahumma, oh Allah, I'm asking you, aslihli zati wa dhurriyyati, perfect my affairs and that of my children and that of my generation. Allahumma istawdatuka hadha janina. Allah, I'm asking you for your support on this embryo. Fa'asin fi khalqi wa halakihi ya rabbal alamin. Allah, do the right thing for me on his creation and on his character and attitude. Allahumma, oh Allah, inni as'aluka awtanan talaku wa husnul khalqi. I'm asking you for tranquility on the delivery or the life of this embryo that we are expecting, and all what you are is going to do that you will be pleased with. Allahumma amin. Oh Allah, I'm asking you with all this submission to accept it from me. This is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us. It's an authentic hadith that we should be reciting for our women in the state of pregnancy. At this junction, those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not given, we are asking you, Allah, you have these children with you and you have nothing to do with them. We are asking you, because of all the uruf, all the arfu that are in the Holy Quran, you are the one that knows the account, you are the one that knows the number. Allah, we are asking you, and those warasiuna fil ilmi, and those that you have bestowed the knowledge upon, and all the aruf that are in Quran that nobody knows the meaning except you. Alif Lam Mim. If you are doing the tafsir, they say Allahu A'lamu bi muradi bizalik. It's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that knows what the meaning of all this alif. Uruf. You see some people, they go extra mile. That alif is for Allahu, Lamu is for Latifu, Mimu is for Muliku. Top. Already the Mufassirun have already told us that Allahu A'lamu bi muradi bizalik. That it's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that knows the meaning of all this alphabet. Allah, we are also committing ourselves to you that you are the only one that knows this, and we won't go beyond that boundary. All our brothers, all our uncles, all our fathers, all those that are asking you, Lillahi wa rasulihi for children, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, at this junction we are asking you to bless their women, to bless their wives with the fruit of the womb, and give them the righteous children. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. This askar that we have read to us, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave us, might be too long for us. But what the righteous people used to say, if they're asking Allah for this, is Rabbi abli min ladunka zuriyatan tayyiban innaka sami'ud du'a. This is what righteous people used to say. Rabbi, oh Allah, habli min ladunka zuriyatan. We are asking you, I'm asking you, give me a progeny that you are pleased with. Give me children that you are pleased with. Tayyiban, children that are pure. Don't just give me any kind of children that will come and be disturbing me and take me away from the fold of Allah. So whatever we are asking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we should put a conditional clause attached to it. We should ask for the best. Innaka sami'ud du'a. Oh Allah, you are the one that used to do what? That used to listen to whomever called you. Allah, we are also calling you. Those that you have not given, we are asking you to give them. Those that you have given, Allah give us, continue to be providing for us so that you can provide for them and let them be guided on your path and that of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, we got to a stage that the woman that was pregnant, she has now delivered. What Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, the first thing we need to do is to do ta'aniq. And what do we mean by ta'aniq for a newborn baby? Is for us to look for a righteous scholar, a righteous malam, a righteous alpha that we know is conscious of Allah and is conscious of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should not take the baby to him, or we invite him to come and supplicate for our baby. Evidence to this is during the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they did migration from Mecca to Medina, the hijrah that they did. Asma bint Abi Bakr, the wife, the daughter of Abu Bakr, radiallahu ta'ala anha, the elder sister to Aisha, the wife of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she was called Asma bint Abi Bakr. She was pregnant while they were on the migration to Mecca. While they were on migration from Mecca to Medina. So on transit, she delivered a baby boy called Abdullahi bin Zubair. Abdullahi bin Zubair. Our own husband is Awam. Because Abdullahi bin Zubair, his own father is Awam. So, when she delivered this baby, they took the baby to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And already, the Jews of Medina been saying that the Muslims that migrated to Medina, they won't be able to give birth to children because the Jews, they have performed sihr, they have performed magic on the Muslims. So for Asma bint Abi Bakr to deliver a baby boy, it's a good omen to all the Muhajirun and the Ansar that have believed in the message of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Are we getting it? So they took the baby to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now did ta'aniq. But before ta'aniq, even if the mother that delivered the baby knows how to call to prayer and how to do ikama, the first thing you must do for a newborn baby is to call ikama, is to call prayer to the right ear, and to do what? Ikama to the left ear. You do adhan on the right ear, and you do ikama on the left ear. Immediately before the ta'aniq. So ta'aniq means that when you look for a righteous person, he will now eat or chew a date, dabino. He will now chew it and chew it very well. So the liquid substance from the chewing of that date, he will now take it out from his mouth, he will now put it into the mouth of what? Of the newborn baby. So it will be the first thing that the baby will what? Will ever take in this world. He will take it, put it in his mouth, take it to rub all the gum in the mouth of the baby. So that whenever the baby is swallowing something, that will be the first thing that he has swallowed. But it must be from a righteous malam that you believe in. It's not all these malam boka. It's not all these malams of society now that are not conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There was one sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that was going one very day. On getting to the minbar, he now saw a vision that an alim, a so-called alim, that was delivering sermon on Friday like this, delivering khutbah on the pulpit. He now saw that a lot of Muslims were sitting in front of him, but what was coming out from his mouth was fire. It's an alim, it's a malam. It was Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that saw this vision. He now went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He now told Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam that I saw this. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now interpreted it to him that, you see, that is what will happen at the end of time. That a lot of malams, a lot of scholars, a lot of alfas that think that they are righteous people, they will be misinterpreting the word of Allah and the word of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So as they are interpreting it, people will be thinking that they are saying the right thing, but it is the fire that they are going to go that they are saying out from their mouth. Do we need to go to those kind of malams? Do we need to take our baby to those kind of malams? Or malam that alcohol is nothing to him. He never see alcohol as something that is haram. You see some malam, they will finish writing ayat in Quran on a slate, on wala. Kuma, they will use blood of an animal to wash it. They will use shinab to wash it. They will use NSC to wash it. Are this the kind of malam that you need to take your child to? Because whatever comes out from somebody's mouth will have an impact on the child. Saliva is very powerful. Saliva is very powerful. There was a Sahabiyat called Rumaysa. Rumaysa, she has like 7 names. But the most pronounced one was Rumaysa. The ordinary sweat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whenever she sees the sweat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she will take it. She doesn't allow the sweat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to go wasted. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now asked, that why are you doing it? He said, you see your sweat, I used to go and put it inside my pomade, inside my Vaseline that I used to, because whatever comes out from your body and anybody feels it in his body, that body of that person will never enter hellfire. I've ever told us about the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that said that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam hit him with his stick mistakenly, but he will not allow you to go like that. He wants to take revenge from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasul mistakenly hit him, and the stick of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam touched his skin, so he wants to take revenge. These other Sahabas were, do you not really know what you are saying? You want to take revenge from the master of the prophet. You want to take revenge from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You must not know what you are doing. You don't know what you are doing. He said, I want to take revenge. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, okay, where do you want to take revenge? He said, when your stick hit me, your stick hits directly my body. So I also want to make sure that my hip, where your stick hits me, that is where I want my stick to also hit you. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam lifted his clothes. That okay, come and take your revenge. Immediately he threw away his stick and he now hugged Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam so that his body can touch the body of Rasul. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this wasn't our agreement. He said, yes, because I've heard you in one of our halqa that he told us that anybody's body that touch your body, the body will become haram for hellfire. Who among our malams can we have that total confidence in? Even the imam that is leading us, some of them are with Janaba. But Allah had already told us, La tuzaku anfusakum huwa a'lamu biman ittaqo. Don't go and look for anybody's secret. If you bend down like this, that you are looking at somebody's bum, somebody behind you is looking at your own too. Leave Allah alone. Huwa a'lamu biman ittaqo. But we need to do our own. We need to say our own and be conscious of the malam that we are going to take fatwa from. That was really why some malams, they said, this ta'liq, apart from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that I did it, they will not be doing it. Because you don't know who is the conscious malam among our malams. And you must not go to anybody's house to go and see how is the malam living. Which kind of work he's doing apart from his leading us in prayer. You should not do that. So you leave everybody with Allah. So the next thing we do after calling to prayer and the ikama we do for a baby is what? Is ta'aleem. You see reason why? You see that call to prayer. The call to prayer that we do and the ikama that we do, we have prepared that person to pray in this world. That is the reason why whenever a Muslim brother, a Muslim sister die, there won't be call to prayer and there won't be ikama in the Salatul Janazah. Because we are already called to the prayer for him when they gave birth to him. We have already done what? Ikama. We are waiting for him to die to perform Salatul Janazah. Now we have called to prayer now. Before we started this khutbah, we are waiting for ikama. Right? We do ikama because we want to establish the prayer. We have done the salah, we have done the adhan, call to prayer for the new baby. Immediately, we did the what? We do the ikama. The next thing for us is to pray the prayer, and that is the Salatul Janazah. We'll be expecting him. The day he is going to die, and we are going to pray the Salatul Janazah. There won't be call to prayer, there won't be ikama, because we have already done it for him day one. So the last thing we are going to do for him on the last day is what? Do takbir, the takbirat we want to do and send him to Allah. Brothers, let's search for knowledge, then we know. Fas'alu ala zikri in kuntum la ta'lamun. There is no excuse and there is no shortcut for us, and there won't be one in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We must ask. Has anybody inquire among us that why is it that we don't used to call to prayer or do ikama when we are performing, whenever we are about to perform Salatul Janazah? That is the reason why. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now carried Abdullah ibn Zubayr. He now performed the what? The ta'aniq on him. Another Sahabi that we call Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. Abu Musa al-Ash'ari also gave his child to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam performed ta'aniq. We have all known what ta'aniq is. And we are told that among all the children of Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, Abu Musa al-Ash'ari was a companion of Rasul. And he was among the people that were following when we had the issue of Muawiyah ibn Yazid. During the caliphate of Ali ibn Abi Talib, when they were fighting. When Muawiyah was insisting that Ali should go and find out the people that killed Usman ibn Affan. So there was a turmoil during the caliphate of Ali ibn Abi Talib, to the extent that it affected Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. And that was what led to the Ma'arakat Siffin, the battle of Siffin or the battle of Suffain. We get there inshallah. So Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, when he got to a point, he was the one that Ali nominated to go and speak with the representative of Muawiyah so that there won't be fight in between the two Muslims. It's one of the horrible and experience that we Muslims should never expect to happen again. When hundreds of thousands of Muslims were killed, Muslim facing Muslim, not Muslim facing Christian, not Muslim facing Jews, Muslim facing Muslim. More than 120,000 people were killed. Another one that happened like that was during the time of Hajjaj ibn Yusuf and Abdullah ibn Zubayr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never let allow us to record such incidents in Islam again. Muslim confronting Muslims. So Abu Musa al-Ash'ari was a representative from the side of Ali to go and negotiate with the representative of Muawiyah that let's cease this fire. We are all Muslims, we should not fight again. So when this Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, his wife delivered a baby boy, they did what? They took the baby to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam performed ta'aniq on him. So it's allowed in Islam to do it, even after the transition of Prophet Muhammad. If you believe the malam you are praying behind, the malam that is doing the madrasa for your children, that you know at least is conscious, you can give him your child. You should be very careful. And that is why every one of us should seek for knowledge. You can do it. The father can do it direct. The mother can do it direct. So we should try to be doing this whenever we give birth to our children. May Allah bless us and bless our children. So for the Adhan, and Abi Rafi called Ra'aytu Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam Adhana fi uzni Hasan ibn Ali hina waladatu Fatima. Part of the evidence to establish that to call to prayer and Iqama for a newborn baby is that this Abu Rafi was a companion. He said he saw Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he carried Hassan. You know, I've told us that Hassan and Hussein, they are not twins. They are not twins. There is a distinct 1 year difference between Hassan and Hussein. Hassan was born the 3rd year of Hijrah. Hussein was born in the 4th year of Hijrah. There are 11 months in between Hassan and Hussein. And what led to Hassan? When they gave birth to Hassan, they asked, what is this name? Which name are we going to give him? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this little baby is very handsome. Okay, I'm giving him Hassan. So when they gave birth to Hussein, after 11 months, this one too is very handsome. Hussein, that means double of Hassan. So Abu Rafi said he saw when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was calling to prayer into the ears of Hassan when Fatima delivered him. Ali and Hassan ibn Ali. Hassan himself also said, Man wulida lahu mawlud, whoever his wife deliver a baby for, fa'adhana fi uzunai yamin, that person should call to prayer into the ear, into the right ear. Fa'aqama salata fi uzuni yushra, he should do ikama into the ear of the left hand side. You call to prayer to the right hand side of the ear, you do ikama to the left hand side of the ear. Lam taduhu Olaosebikan. There is a jinn. There is a jinn that is called Olaosebikan. So Sabiyu means a child, a little child. Sibuyan means little children. Olaosebikan, the mother of little children, there is one jinn, one aljanu that is called Olaosebikan. She is always after little children. So Hassan, the son of Ali, Ibn Abi Talib radiallahu ta'ala, is telling us that whenever you give birth to your children, anytime you should call to prayer on the right hand side and do ikama on the what? On the left hand side. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, Olaosebikan will not have power over your children. So we are establishing all these facts to let us know that calling to prayer on the right hand side and doing ikama on the left hand side is a prophetic tradition that we should be doing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all what He has given us. Now people will be coming to come and greet us. That Allah has blessed this family, let us go and greet them. Some people are coming with evil mind. Some people, when they carry your newborn baby like this, before even carrying them, their eye looking at the baby can change the destiny of the baby because of the evil power or sinister power that they have, that they have possessed. Some people, when they carry the baby like this, something bad will happen to the baby. It might not be in their presence, and it might afflict the baby throughout, or the child throughout his entire life. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whenever we give birth to a baby and people are coming to greet us, we ourselves, we should carry the baby and say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min kulli sharri insi wa min sharri jinn. Allah, I'm seeking for your protection. I'm seeking for your protection against all the evil of mankind and the jinn against this baby. You should seek for divine protection. You should seek for the immunity for that baby. So whoever is coming after that, all their effort, all their negative motives will be in futility. According to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, Allah has given us the baby. We have done all what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked us to do at the inception. It's now left for our Aqeeqoh. You see, walima that we used to say, walima. Walima is, the meaning of walima in Arabic context is to gather together and eat. The Yoruba people, if their children finish Quran, they say, "Oh, Omo wa be se wolima o, Omo wa be se kinikan." That one is called Adakatul Quran. Walima is to call people to come and eat. After this Salat Juma, or somebody bring in food for us now that after Salat Juma, all of you come and eat. Right? That is walima. You are doing an housewarming. You call people to come and eat. That is walima of housewarming. It's not walima to Quran. You call it Adakatu al-Quran. So, for naming your child, you are calling people to come and eat. Right? That one is Aqeeqoh. Walima to nikah is for when you get married. You call people to come and do. That one is walima to nikah. You call people to come and eat. But for the child dedication, naming of the child after the day that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked us to do, that one is called Aqeeqoh. A sacrifice for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given you that baby. The hair on the body of that animal is also called Aqeeqoh. Lagawiyya or lugatan, not shari'iyya. In Arabic context, that is what Aqeeqoh means. Now, what is the Sharia point of view on this naming aspect? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with a male child, or before that, what we mean by Aqeeqoh here, zabi'atun tuzibahu an mawludi yawma sabi'i inda khaliki sha'rihi wa iya sunnatun. What we mean by Aqeeqoh is the animal that we slaughter. The animal we slaughter for the child that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. And we slaughter that animal on what? On the 7th day. Brother, the context of hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is we should do our child naming ceremony on what? On the 7th day and not the 8th day. How is it 7th day? And how is it 8th day that we used to do? Even me, I think they named me after 8 days. Why and how did they count it? How did they calculate it that makes it 8th day? We are going to discuss it, inshallah. So you planning to do walima to Aqeeqoh, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you with a male child, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in Sunan Abi Dawud, you can find this hadith there. Anil gulami sha'ataini mukafi'ataini wa anil jariya ashatu. Kama qala Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you with a male child, you should go and buy a ram, 2 rams, mukafi'ataini, that are very hefty. Like the ram they used to call Arahara. Big ram. Because even the Sidda in this riwayah said Gulam, and if they call somebody Gulam, is somebody that is very hefty. Anil Gulamu Sha'ataini Mukafi'ataini, that they are very healthy. Wa anil Jariya, and for a female child, Shatun, you should buy what? 1 animal. Either ram or she-goat or ewúrẹ́ akuya. That is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. When are we supposed to slaughter this animal? We have understood that for a male child, this is what we should provide. For a female child, this is what we should provide. And slaughtering animal for your child naming ceremony is sunnatun musta'aba, is not farida. It's not compulsory. But it's sunnatun musta'aba, is a tradition of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we want us to do. That if you have the capacity, you must do it. And 1, within the first 7 days, you should slaughter the animal. If there is no money, you don't have the capacity, in the next 14 days, you should slaughter the animal. That doesn't stop the time you are going to name the baby. When should we give our child his name? We are going to come there. After 14 days, if there is no money in your pocket, you come to the 21 days. These are the 3 stages. These are the 3 number of days that the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not bless the father, the Lord bless the mother till the child grow up. The child can also do what? Can also pay back and slaughter his own animal for his Aqeeqoh. That became difficult for his parents. But unfortunately, you see, it's very common with Yorubawa. Yorubawa, I'm very sorry every time. It's something we are seeing because we reside within you people. And I'm one of you. You see somebody that has not done the Aqeeqoh for his child and is having money to buy Ragon layer. And you see somebody that has 4 or 5 children, he will be proud of himself that God, look, I'm going to do the camera. Come to me, Banzani. Kuma kana shara bwana kashi Ragon layer. Kuma your will be the heavy, the biggest in the society. And the biggest in the street. All need that. Yes, it's sunnah to musta'abba, but it's something that you give back and pay onto your what? Onto your children. So if the parent cannot afford it within the first 7 days, within the 14th day, within the 21st day, till the child grew up, the child can pay it back on his own. Now, what time are we supposed to slaughter this animal for our children? Because you'll be seeing different kinds of things. A lot of things are happening in this Lagos. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, we should slaughter this animal. There is a book we call Arisala. Arisala to Al-Qayrawani. It was written by Abdullah ibn Abi Zayd. Arisala, those of you that you are fortunate to do Karatun Zawri, that started, you do Alari, Ashimawi, Fawaki, Sakta. You will read Arisala. Arisala to Al-Qayrawani. There is nobody that is on the mazhab, on the school of thought of Imam Malik, that will not know Abu Zayd, that wrote that word, that literature of Arisala. I want to quote from that Arisala. And after that Arisala, there is another Shari'u that was done on all what Abu Zayd al-Qayrawani said concerning this animal and the days we are supposed to do what? We are supposed to slaughter this animal and time that we are supposed to slaughter it. Well, Aqeeqoh, this Aqeeqoh we are talking about, Sunnatun Musta'aba, is a sunnah that is beloved that we need to do. وَيُحَقُّ عَنِ الْمَوْلِدِ يَوْمَ سَابِيهِ, and it is ordained on us that we should name our child. We should do the Aqeeqoh on the 7th day. Bishatin, with an animal that is approved. مثل من ذكرنا من سنة وديئة وصفاتها, that is equivalent to all the attributes that is attributed to the animals and conditions that are attached to the animal that we used to do. We used to use for our what? Eid al-Adha. You know, for the animal you need to use for Eid al-Adha, it mustn't be a leopard. It must be a one-eye animal. It mustn't be the one that has been castrated. All these conditions for the animal for Eid al-Adha must be satisfied on the animal you want to use for your Aqeeqoh. And there is no animal you want to use for Eid al-Adha that must be less than 1 year. If you are using ram, it must not be less than 1 year. It mustn't be the one Yoruba people used to call Pade Mile Kule, that you can't tie in front of your house that kai, maybe people must not see it. Maybe the animal they just sell for you, instead of selling it 100,000 naira, they sell it for you 15,000 naira. All those kind of animals, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not accept them for an act of worship. So, the attributes, the characteristics of the animals we want to use, or we have been using to sacrifice for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Eid al-Adha, must also be associated to the animal we want to use for our Aqeeqoh. That is what this Arisala al-Qayrawani is telling us. But the larger version of that Arisala al-Qayrawani is what a book we call Samaradani Shari'u Arisalatu al-Qayrawani. Because the issue of these 7 days, 8 days has been bringing a lot of controversies in the Muslim Ummah. As I said, even me, my child named me my own, I made myself. They named me after 8 days. But how was it calculated? That is what we are going to portray. Because some of them fell into the 7 days, some of them fell into 8 days. Because we must not use Gregorian time. We have our Islamic time, which is either Tulu il-Shamsi or Ghurubi Shamsi. We are going to hear from different school of thought. But in this our West Africa, we are inclined toward the school of thought of Maliki. Even the Malikiya, they have 4 conditions on this. So, this Mala is now telling us that وَلَا يُوسَبُ فِي سَبْعَةِ الْأَيَامِ يَوْمَ الَّذِي وُلِدَ فِيهِ. The very day that a child is being given birth to, the very day that is being given birth to, وَلَا يُوسَبُ, we won't count that day. For us to get the 7th day that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Virtually all of us know that at the 7th day, we have to do what? We have to shave the hair of the baby, we have to slaughter animal and give him name. That is the authentic hadith that Rasulullah said. So how do we get these 7 days? I know that during the Christianization of the naming ceremony on the 8th day, why is it 8th day? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this sheikh that wrote Samaradani is now telling us that Shari'u Abisalatu Aqeeqoh, this book, because we have different publications. This particular one I'm referring to was published or was produced in Beirut. And whoever wants to go and read can go and read Samaradani, Shari'u Abisalatu Aqeeqoh, page 408. The one produced from Beirut. Because they might produce in Saudi Arabia, they might produce in Egypt, they have different pages number. But the one I'm quoting from is this. Now, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now told us through this revision of this Arisalatu Aqeeqoh that we are to do the naming or the walimatul Aqeeqoh of our baby on the 7th day, and watuzibahu dahawatan, the slaughtering of the animal must be during the time of Duah. Then what is the time of Duah? You know, I started example of Lagos people. A lot of things are happening here. I don't know, maybe you people are seeing a lot of things here. Go to Island. Go to Lagos Island. Our animal that we want to use for Aqeeqoh, for our baby, right, must be slaughtered during the time of Duah. Then when is the time of Duah? Majority of us too, we used to observe Salah, not like to Duha. Some, you see some people even observing it around 12. It's wrong. So the animal you want to use, you have to slaughter it during Salah to Duha, maybe from 8, 8:30 and 9. That is what this Shari'u is telling us. And it's an hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So these Lagosians that used to do their child dedication, child naming ceremony maybe around 4 p.m. They say maybe because of people that went to work. So they won't slaughter the animal. Maybe they will slaughter the animal around 2. They are just sharing me too. They are not doing Aqeeqoh again. Like some of you, that even the Zakatul Fitr that you are supposed to have started deducting from Ramadan 27, till you now go to Eid al-Fitr praying ground and come back, you have not given out your Zakatul Fitr. That's not what Zakatul Fitr, that's just Sadaqah. So the reward of Zakatul Fitr has gone. And those of you that you don't wait for the Imam on the day of Eid al-Adha to finish his khutbah, to even slaughter his animal and you see it, right? And you got home, immediately the Imam do salam alaikum, right? You went home and go and slaughter your animal. Your animal will not be accepted as an act of sacrifice. So let us follow the Qaeda. Let's exercise patience. They are not difficult. So animal we want to use to sacrifice for our Aqeeqoh, our child Aqeeqoh, should be slaughtered during what? During the Duha. Maybe 8, 8:30 and 9. It mustn't be before 8. According to what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Wala yumasu sabiyu bishay'in min damiha, and the blood of that animal must not be used or must not be used to rob the baby. Because during the Jahiliyyah, the Quraysh of Makkah, they used to do that. Like what I told us at the inception of this khutbah, the Jews, the Yahudis of Medina, they were saying that the magic, the sorcery, that the sorcerers have performed on the Muhajirun and the Ansar that have accepted Islam, we deny all the new believers from reprocreation, that they won't be able to work, their wife will not be able to conceive. And that was why I said to us, the delivery of Abdullah ibn Zubayr through Fatima, through Asma bint Abi Bakr, through Asma bint Abi Bakr was a good omen for the Muslim. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put shame on the Yahudis of Medina, that all whatever you ought to have done to hold on to the production of the Muslim, how about it? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it's a taboo for me and you, as the Quraysh used to practice in those days. They will not take blood from the animal that they sacrifice for their Aqeeqoh. They will not use it to do what? To rub on the child. In the name of what? Seeking for protection. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we should not do that. وَيَأْكُلُوا مِنْهَا. We must eat from this animal. This animal that you have slaughtered for Aqeeqoh, we must eat from it. The mother must eat from it. The father must eat from it. How many categories must we, or how many places, how many divisions must this animal have? We are going to get there. The way we have for our animal that we slaughter during the Eid al-Adha, we have to share it into 3. How many divisions must this animal have? وَيَتَصَدَّقْ. This animal that we have slaughtered, we should use it, part of it to do what? To do sadaqah. The sadaqah might mean that you use it to cook for people to come and eat, or the other way around. Watukisoru is our minha, and we need to crush the bone. Then, or there are some school of thought that said that all the bones in the animal for the Aqeeqoh, we need to remove the flesh and extract the bones separately, that we must not do what? We must not eat the bone. Because if we eat the bone, right, the bone of the newborn baby will not be strong. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, any one of us that our premolar and our molar, your canine and incisors can work very well. Crush the bone. Crush the bone, crush the flesh. Don't do like the people of Jahiliyyah. As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When khuliqa sha'ar mawlud. Now, if you now shave the hair of the baby, وَتَصَدَّقَ بِوَزْنٍ مِنَ الذَّهَبِ أَوْ فِضَّةٍ, you weigh it. Whatever is equivalent either in gold or in silver, you use what? You pay for it as sadaqah. وَذَلِكَ مُسْتَحَابٌ حَسَنٌ. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this is the sunnah that we love. It's not compulsory, but it's something we love. And whoever practices it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to reward it. إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَلَائِكَتَهُ يُصَلُّونَ عَلَى النَّبِيِّ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا صَلُّوا عَلَيْهِ وَسَلِّمُوا تَسْلِيمًا. Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has given us another opportunity to be here and given us the tranquility to be listening to this khutbah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it as an act of ibadah. What we've been discussing is, for those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are blessed with children, and those that are women and in a pregnancy state, what true Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asks us to do. We have recited the askar that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we should do. How you are going to place your hand on the stomach or your belly or the pregnancy of your wife, and what you need to be saying. Apart from what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, because the askar is a very long one, a very lengthy one. What righteous people used to say, I've recited it to us. Inshallah, if I have time, I will write it out and publish it for us. Biqudratullah ta'ala. And those of us that were asking Allah to bless us with children, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us qurrata ayun wa ja'alhum imaman lil muttaqin. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah. Now, I want to talk about the 7 days, the 8 days. What is the Islamic point of view? And what is the stand of the school of thought that we believe in? I've been quoting a particular book, a particular scripture, that virtually, as I said, those that went to Karatun Zawri before you go to all this, going to Jamia or whatever, if you go to Karatun Zawri after your Quran, right, you will learn Halali, Ashimawi, Durusil Awaliya, Risala, Kinika like that. Those are the elementary fiqh books that you will learn from your malam. The other one is just to go to maybe Arabic school and go and learn fiqh, Nahu, Sorfu, Mantik, and Kankan.
For the basic fiqh, you will learn it from this. So I'm quoting from one of it. I said, Arisalatu al-Qayrawani, what he quoted. Somebody now did a revision, like Mu'atta Imam Malik. Imam Malik did his own. Somebody came and said, Shari'u Mu'atta Imam Malik. Even Sahih Bukhari, that Asaw Kitabu Bada Kitabullah. The best book after our Quran is Sahih Bukhari. That is a revised Sahih Bukhari. Shari'u Sahih Bukhari. So also, there is Shari'u of Ar-Risalatu Al-Qayrawani, written by Abu Zayd. And this Abu Zayd was a Malikiyya, which is the school of thought that we are following in West Africa, right? So, the revised Risala is what I call Samaradani Shari'u Al-Risalatu Al-Qayrawani. So, I'm quoting from there for whoever wants to go and research. Now, the number of days that has been a controversy, either we should do our naming on 7th day or on 8th day. This Risala Qayrawani, this Samaradani literature said, وَلَا يُحْسَبُ بِسَبَةُ أَيَامِ يَوْمُ الَّذِي أُولِدَ فِيهِ. That the very day a baby is being given birth to, we won't count that day. I want us to follow me methodically. The very day that that baby is being given birth to, we are not going to count that day. Min ba'd al-fajr. If the baby was given birth to after Salat al-Fajr, so we won't count that day. But if the baby was given birth to Qabla al-Fajr, we are going to count that day. Are we getting it? And reason why this is happening, I'm going to bring them from Quran. If a baby, this is what one of the Malam said, the person that did the Shari'u of Ar-Risalatu Al-Qayrawani, who wrote Samaradani, this is one of his own point of view. And it's a Malikiyya. If I'm saying it's a Malikiyya, it's just like you being a, like the Sufis, you that belong to the Tijaniyya, following Sheikh Ahmad Tijani, or those that are following Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani, right? Or those that are following the Azliya Naqshbandiyya. You know, if you are in their part, you say, this one is a Tijaniyya. So this one, and everybody, all these sects that we are talking about, all of them, they follow one of these four schools of thought. Either you are a Malikiyya, you are a Hanafiyya, you are a Shafi'iyya, or you are following Ambaliya, Imam Ahmad Ambal al-Shaybani. So here in West Africa, the school of thought that we are inclined to is that of Malikiyya. So this person that I'm quoting is what? Is an added follower of Imam Malik. Radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He said, if a baby is being given birth to before Salat al-Fajr, we are going to count that day. Indicating that if the baby is given birth to after Salat al-Fajr, we are not going to count it. So we are going to wait for the Fajr of the following day. That is his own view. That is his own view. Then other people in this Malikiyya school of thought, they said another 4 points. Number one is Malik ibn Majzul. Malik ibn Majzul said, Sabwatu ayami bilayaliha. We are going to count these days with 7 nights. Watabtadiu min gurubi shamsi. And counting of it, we start from when the sun sets. Please, you have to follow me so that you don't have a misconception about what I'm saying. The other man that wrote the literature I'm quoting from said, if a baby is being given birth to after Salatul Fajr, we won't count that day. So we wait for the following day, right? But if the baby is being given birth to before Salatul Fajr, we are going to count it as day 1. Right? So we are keeping that one aside. Then other 4 people that are also Malikiyas, they are not saying this. The first person is Malik ibn Majzul. He now said, we are going to count 7 days. And if you want to start counting it, we start counting it from when the sun sets. And when is the sun set? Which salat do we observe then? We observe Salat al-Maghrib. So, if the sun sets prior to the commencement of Salat al-Maghrib,
we are going to count it if the baby is giving birth to, maybe around 6 p.m. I don't think we are observing Maghrib 6 p.m. here. I think Maghrib here in Lagos State should be around maybe 5 or 10 minutes to 7. Even some places they are playing 7 or 7:05. Right? Let's say 7 p.m. So any child that was giving birth to 6:30, right, is still within the confines of what Malik ibn Majzun is saying. So we are going to count that day as day 1. And immediately after what? After the Maghrib, Islamically we have entered the second day. So if you give birth to a baby today Friday, before Salatul Maghrib, you count that one as what? As day 1. Immediately you finish Salatul Maghrib, Ba'da Ghurubi Shamsi, when the sun has set, and you are still in Friday, right? Immediately after Salatul Maghrib, you count it as what? Day 2, because that is the new day of we Muslims. I'm going to bring this with you from Quran. Are you getting it? That is what Malik ibn Majzun said. Another person in this school of thought is called Ibn Qasim. He said, in Ulida Ba'da Fajr, that if the child is being given birth to after Salatul Fajr, that we are going to count it. Even after Salatul Fajr, we are going to count it. All these people are mentioning they are following Imam Malik. But definitely, we can learn under the same tutor, we can learn under the same mentor, we are going to have diverse opinion. That is very sure. That is what Ibn Qasim said. Imam Malik himself is the third person that says this. What did he say? In Ulida Qabla Zawal, Husiba. Imam Malik said, if we give birth to the child before Salat is Zuhr, Zawal is Shamsh, we are going to count it as the 1. See the people that even learn under him, they are saying in the evening, the sunset or whatever. The master is now saying, Qabla Zawal, before Salat al-Zuhr, we are going to count it. That yes, this is the 1. The fourth person now said. The fourth person is Abu Salama. His one is very funny. Abu Salama now said, in Ulida, yuhasabu walau kana qabla ghurubu wa yakmilu sabi ila misli sa'a. That if you give birth to a child, even if it is 1 a.m., we start counting it from 1 a.m. till the 1 a.m. of the following day for 7 days. So it is in the 1 a.m. of the 7th day that we are going to do the Aqeeqoh. That is what Abu Salama said. We have quoted what Ibn Majzun said, Ibn Qasim said, Imam Malik said, Abu Salama said. All of them, they are under the school of thought of Imam Malik, but they are saying different things. Then what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us? Inshallah, we could Allah ta'ala next week. But for those of us that we don't used to come on time, let me just mention one ayah of Quran that clear all this. That will remove us from the state of ambiguity that we are. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Quran chapter 36, Surah Yasin, verse 37 to verse 40. وَآيَةٌ لَهُمْ لَيْلٌ نَسْلَهُ مِنْهُ النَّهَارَ فَإِذَا هُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ وَشَمْسِ تَجْرِي لِمُسْتَقَرٍ لَهَا ذَلِكَ تَقْدِيرُ الْعَزِيزِ الْعَلِيمِ وَالْقَمَرَ قَدَرْنَاهُ مَنَازِلَ عَادَ كَالْأُرْجَانِ الْقَدِيمِ لَا شَمْسِ يَنبَغِي لَهَا أَنْ تُدْرِكَ الْقَمَرَ وَلَا لَيْلُ سَابِقُ النَّهَارَ وَكُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ كَمَا قَالَ اللَّهُ فِي كِتَابِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because a lot of controversies happened just because of this day between the scholars. وَقَالُوا أَكْثَرُ الْعُلَمَاءِ أَوْ جُمْهُورُ الْمُفَسِّرِينَ, that the unanimous consensus of righteous scholars, you know, if I'm talking about scholars, I'm not talking about all these musicians or those that are fighting for faith. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking of those that are on the minhaj of Kitabullah wa Sunnatul Rasul. When we are talking about them, Ibn Taymiyyah, we are talking about them, Sheikh Usaymin, Bin Baz, like that. We are talking about all those, right? See, even this Sheikh Ibrahim Niyas. We know them as righteous people, but their followers are placing them where they don't belong to.
You see some people, they say when they recite 3 Salatul Fati, they don't need to pray. They say Sheikh Ibrahim Yas has carried everything for them. Sheikh Ibrahim Yas, I don't even know where Allah is going to place him. We might see them as Rajulu Salih in our own presence, but whom? Rajulu Askiya. Rajulu Majrudun. That's why I keep telling us, whatever you do that is good, use that thing to do tawassul, ilallah. Don't use anybody as an intermediary or as an intercessor. Even Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that hadith that they used to tell you, tawassalu bi jahi, fa inna jahi indallahi azam, is a fabricated hadith. Hadithun da'ifun, mawdu'un. That use my honor to seek for something from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is nowhere in silsilatul hadith that you will see where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that. Use what is good that you have done. Maybe you have helped one orphan, you paid the school fees. Maybe you have done one good thing for your parents. Use it to ask something from Allah. Don't use your sheikh. Fir'aun, La'natullahi alayhi. Do you know one of the reasons why Musa found it very difficult to deal with him? Fir'aun doesn't joke with his parents. Every time he will stay beside the bed of his parents. They will eat on his palm until they sleep before Fir'aun will leave their place. Former Emir of Kano. Every morning, I saw it several times. We go and lay down like this and greet his mother. All his dethronement is political. But anybody that is obedient to his parents will be obedient to Allah. Nobody in this world will be running after you and catch you. So those of you that you are falling inside pit, go and check what is happening between you and your parents. And check what is happening between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brother's time has gone very far. I will translate that ayah next week to let us know when we are supposed to start counting our day. I've already said it, but I want to bring the Quranic evidence. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us of our shortcomings. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala count this as an act of ibadah. I'm very sorry I learned that the person I asked that should come and lead you people in prayer last week was not here. He also fell sick. Up to now, he's still not feeling fine. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala heal him divinely. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala heal him and heal everyone of us. Even me that I'm standing in front of you, I'm not still strong. Even the last two Fridays ago that I was standing in front of you, I was not feeling fine at all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala heal everyone of us. The sickness we know that we can cure, the one that we don't know that we can't cure, that you are the only one. Anta shifa'u li kulli sukmin wal marad wal amrad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are asking for your divine healing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala heal every one of us. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah. Every one of us that we are gathering here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. We are here for our livelihood. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless from the halal source, not from the haram source. Wherever we might have left our family, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them and protect every one of us. Our security brothers, the weapons you are using, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, don't let them use it against you. But what I used to say every time, you too don't see yourself. Don't see yourself. That yes, I have something to protect myself. وَلَا يَهُدُّهُ إِفْسُهُمَا وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَزِيزُ. You can't use it to Chebi is one somebody that doesn't even know Allah. It's one that produced the gun now. You just pick one material, one iron, one something together. And Kun Fire of Allah started working. And you are using it to shoot. It can disappoint you. What you want to use to protect yourself, we can disappoint you. Don't you see somebody that drove his car, expensive car, that tell everybody, I'm coming back home, unlocking carbon you, and they will bring his dead body back home. He himself will open his eye like this and go and hit something. You go and hit the dab that park on the road. So let every one of us be humble and live a very tranquilized life. Those of you that you are managers, remember, a lot of managers are now messengers. Wallahi lazim, Aqsam to the Rabbil Kaaba. Lot of directors, they are begging now. Ordinary side effect that you are humiliating today might be the person that will rule the society tomorrow. All those that are ruling us and the ones that are here now, tell me, what is the name? What was the name of their father in the society yesterday? Majority of them are nowhere to be found now. Abiola that you are seeing, I will tell you his story. Oh, busy no like okay, no she not busy. That Abiola, if you know, you Yoruba that you know the meaning of Abiola. Like tenant, I used to say Kola Wale. You just know about Duah Jadi, or Kola Jadi, or Kola Jadi. Gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ́ jẹ́ Kola Wale lè rẹ́ǹtì ẹ lọ́wọ́ túmọ̀ rẹ̀ dáadáa. So every one of us, let us be very humble. Some people were here yesterday. Some people started this project. Big people, directors, they left here unceremoniously.
and the project did not stop. President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday, 5 days ago, he came out from Aso Villa to Eagle Square. Within 1 minute, the whole story of his life changed. I don't think after delivery, whatever I want to deliver to Emilokan, I don't think he sat down. I think from there he went to airport straight. Because he can't sit down on the chair that has the coat of arms again, the seal of coat of arms. It's only one chair that is there. To enter Aso Villa now, he has to beg. Just 5 days ago. So every one of us, what is intoxicating you, you might not die, and Allah will say, because some of us, we are not humble. We are just here, being humane, because of what we are listening and because we want to pray. As soon as we step out of here, we start going gaga. Remember the day that the power will be in front of you, you'll be helpless. The money will be in front of you like this. They will place food for you in front of you. You won't be able to take spoon to eat it. And you are the one that said, Roban ko amonawa, Roban ko ekweran gufesi, eko bobo nkan no eran si. Omo riba wa si for sekun. Your children will desert you. Your wife will desert you. I was reading something about this governor of Ondo State this morning. What I was reading was not pleasant at all. Put down your camera, please. That is why we run away.